Hello everyone, good day. Welcome to another Dive Africa Soft Skill class. My name is Temidare Caroline Fatuba and I'll be your facilitator for this class. Today we are going to be looking at workplace ethics and professionalism. Imagine working on a dream project, then losing your job because you shared one confidential screenshot online. That's how serious workplace ethics can be. Professionalism is not just how you dress, it is how you behave when no one is watching. Very, very important. That's what we're going to be looking at: workplace ethics and professionalism, building trust and integrity in the digital workplace. These are the model outline that we're going to be looking at, and we're also going to be looking at the learning objective. It is very important that by the end of this module, learners, you as a learner, should be able to define professionalism and workplace ethics in tech context, apply ethical decision making to data design and collaboration scenario, and all of this. It is very important that you get to know all this at the end of this class. Module overview. Workplace ethics refer to the moral principles, standards, and values that guide behavior in professional setting. Professionalism, on the other hand, is the consistent demonstration of competency, respect, and integrity in your role. In the tech industry, where collaboration, data privacy, and innovation thrive, ethical behavior is not optional, it is essential. Very, very important. That is why, personally, it is very important that you are a person of integrity, you are a person of moral principles and standards, so that when you go into any industry, you'll be able to what make use of that moral principle that you have personally and standard that you have personally. Just like what I just mentioned now, ethical behavior is not optional, it is essential. Professionalism shapes how you communicate with teammates, deliver quality work, manage deadline, and maintain respect for diversity and confidentiality. Don't be that kind of individual that is always tribalistic. You are biased when it comes to religion, when it comes to tribe and ethics. Like, please do away with all those things when you get to a professional platform. There are some individuals that they have this already in their mindset, like that is why it's affecting the way they behave, that is why it's affecting the way they communicate. That is why it is important that you personally, as an individual, you do self-reflection. What are those things that are still in you that you need to what you need to delete from your system, your mentality? Because if you want to go far in your work profession as a career person, you must pay attention to the way you communicate. You must pay attention to respecting individual differences. Very, very important. Ethics ensure your choices are lawful, fair, and aligned with organization codes of conduct. When these two work hand in hand, you build credibility, protect your reputation, and open doors for what career advancement. Someone that is with a fixed mindset will not be able to understand what we're talking about. But if you are that kind of individual that you have a great mindset and you are ready to evolve, grow, like you have career advancement, you want to keep climbing the ladder of career advancement, then you need to pay attention to this because it's going to help you in your profession. When we talk about professionalism, it is the consistent display of reliability, respect, competency, and ethical behavior that reflects positively on both you and your organization. You don't do something that is going to affect or harm your organization. I came across a story on IG about a lady was sharing what happened to her spouse, her husband, that he was given like indefinite suspension because the HR screenshot about 32 posts he made on Twitter, different blog. He was just saying rubbish, and this man is working in a highly reputable oil and gas company. Imagine you just going out there to rubbish, and not just rubbishing yourself, your spouse, your family, but your organization again. That is why they gave him, like, they don't even know when they're going to even call off the suspension, because you cannot come and be disgracing this big organization that somebody has used their hard earned money, their sweat, sleepless night to build, and so you want to run it down because of your own what lack of self-control, because of your own judgments. And if you even look at what the man is saying, something that is not even relevant. Sometimes as an individual we really need to work on ourselves. we really do need to work on ourselves, because there's some individual when they just type online, they post online, you just imagine that, my god, is this person a graduate? You know, there's some people that they went to school, but school did not even pass through them at all. So it's not even a matter about, oh, this person is a graduate. They can be a graduate, and permit me to use this word, and be a fool. They can be a graduate and don't know how to what to pass across their opinion in a respectful or manner. So don't be that kind of individual. We have key traits of professional tech worker: meet deadline and communicate proactively, not reactively. Please take note. Deliver quality, secure and maintainable work. Deliver quality, secure and maintainable work. Because when you keep, character and competency, they have to what blend together. We know that sometimes there are some individuals that they have good character, but if they are willing to learn, they'll be able to what maintain that position. But someone with a bad character, even though you are competent, they'll just tell you to use the door out, because they cannot maintain that kind of person in that organization. So you need to treat others respectfully, both online and in person. Some individuals will only treat people right because of their what, because they know uh, their financial status, because they know their family reputation. Don't treat people based on what you've had, or because the family is rich. Irrespective, young, old, rich, poor, please treat people well. Treat people well. Be kind. Maintain composure and courtesy under pressure. Best practice: every message, email or pull request is a reflection of your what, of your personal brand. Treat each as professional communication. Let's move to digital ethics. Digital ethics is the responsible use of technology while respecting others' rights and data. Common ethical areas in tech: we have digital privacy, plagiarism, we have copyright. All these things are very important that you should get to know as a professional. We have example scenario that you can also check out. Integrity and honesty in team projects. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. In tech teams, this looks like giving honest progress updates, admitting mistake early, avoiding shortcuts that compromise code or design quality. Moving on to accountability and transparency. Accountability means owning your results, both successes and what failures. Don't be that kind of individuals that will only admit to their what, to their mistake when it is don't be that kind of individual that will not admit to their mistake because it is failure. You also learn from your failure. Be an accountable person. Don't just work in isolation. Be accountable to your team member. Transparency means being open about your actions and reasoning. In team environments, communicate challenges early. Don't wait till a minute to when you want to deliver your project, until when or when things has gotten out of hand, that's when you now communicate. No, log tasks visibly on whatever tech platform that you are using. Share updates even when things don't go as planned, so that people can also contribute their quota and give profile solutions concerning the problem and be better, right? Confidentiality and NDA awareness. So the confidentiality means protecting sensitive information from unauthorized disclosure. NDA is non-disclosure agreements legally bind you to keep such information private. This is where some individuals used to get it wrong. Like, don't go and disclose what is confidential. You sign NDA agreement form, yet you still want to do otherwise. That kind of individual might end up in what? In jail. If you don't want to end up in jail, please do the right thing. Follow your organization culture. Every organization have their culture and climate, so please don't fall the victim of what evil circumstance. Example of confidential information: clients data, password or business strategies, internal documentation or unreleased product details, financial information or proprietary algorithms. So all those things very important that you should take note of. We have punctuality and meeting etiquette. Being on time is more than costly. It is a mark of reliability. In remote settings, punctuality keeps projects aligned and signals respect for other schedules. So don't be a late comer, both online and virtually. Seriously, sometimes it can make you look like a fool. Yeah, so please say no to late coming, even though it's online meeting, offline meeting, because sometimes you might be waiting that okay, the meeting is 10 a.m. I'm going to log in. Don't log in exactly 10 a.m. because anything can actually happen. Your laptop can disappoint you and it just be rolling on network. So please avoid that kind of mistake, right? Meeting etiquette tips. Join meeting, can you see, 2 to 3 minutes early because of anything can happen. Mute your mic when not speaking. There are some individuals, oh my god, they are just so careless and nonchalant. They come to meeting not paying attention, their mics are on and they are doing something else, communicating, disrupting the ongoing meeting. Don't be that kind of individual. Come prepared with updates. Stick to agenda, very very important. Then we move on to respecting diversity in the workplace. 10 tips are what global and multicultural. Respecting diversity means appreciating differences in gender, in culture and perspective. We cannot emphasize this enough. Don't look down on people because of their color or their race. Why it matters? Diverse team build more inclusive, innovative products. Respect reduce workplace conflicts and improve collaboration. You know, those individuals say, oh, my workplace is toxic. It's because of people do not have respect for every other individual. Please don't be that kind of individual. Then we'll move on to code of conduct in digital communities. Digital workplace often use shared online spaces. A code of conduct sets behavioral expectations. So every organization should have code of conduct to put people in check, so that people will not just keep misbehaving and doing things that doesn't align with the organization aims and objective. It usually include respectful communication, no harassment, be it no any form of harassment, verbal harassment, sexual harassment. Please don't be part of all these individuals. And that is why organization now these days, they need to have like code of conduct. Code of conduct. Oh my, don't let me divert to that place, right? I wanted to say something about sexual harassment, but don't let me go there. Constructive feedback and collaboration, professional tone in written and virtual communication. Best practice, read and follow each community guideline before posting or what commenting. Very important. Respecting feedback channels and hierarchies. Every workplace has formal system for communicating and what escalation. Respecting them prevents confusion and promotes harmony. Don't be that kind of individual that escalates bad news, or you just escalate small issue and make it something like mountain. Don't bring out, all those things are not necessary. If you can resolve it without others knowing what happened, please do. Good practice, submit design feedback on official board, not DMs. Like, it can be different ways in different organizations, but some of these examples are something that you should take note of. Communicate with line managers before escalating what issues. Yeah, please. Moving on, cyber etiquette. Professional communication is essential in digital workplace, and we have some of all those points under cyber etiquette essential. Write clear and polite emails. Avoid slang and all caps. We know that, oh, we the Gen Z, we want to know that we are Gen Z, but please, professional. When it comes to work, be professional. All those Gen Z, maybe don't let me start, saying all those Gen Z slang. So please be professional. Avoid slang. We know that we Gen Z want to behave and be like a Gen Z, but it is very important that you show respect to your millennium boss. Talk to them with respect. And I'm not saying you should not do what is right or stand up for your rights, in some cases, but just avoid slang. Avoid slang. We are in professional setting, right? Keep Slack or team messages concise and relevant. Those thoughts posting irrelevant information. Tag responsibly. Tag. So people don't even, I don't know. So people just use tag irresponsibly. Don't be that kind of individual, right? Moving on. Social media etiquette for tech professional. Your online presence reflects your brand, your personal brand, how people perceive and see you. Employers and clients often check social media to understand your professionalism. Golden rules: avoid posting confidential or sensitive company info. Don't engage in online arguments or offensive content. Don't engage in online arguments or offensive. I have to say that again. Please avoid. avoid that. Use your platform to share learning project or insights. Use your platform to push relevant information. Use your platform for educative information, not the other way around, right? Conflict of interest awareness. A conflict of interest occurs when your personal interest clashes with your professional duty. Examples: hiring or recommending friends or family without disclosure, using company resources for personal side projects, partnering with a competitor while working for another. Please beware. Beware of all this kind of thing. It can cost you your career. So please do not do something that is going to what harm you. That's why it's good to ask questions. If you don't understand anything about your organization, ask question. If it's to take it to ask your HR personally or your line manager, please do so. Thank you so much, for coming this far. So I want to believe that you learned something great that you are going to what apply in whatever you are doing, especially in your professional journey, right? If you do not even learn anything, these are the key takeaway I want you to have in your mind. Professionalism and ethics are your invisible resume. They speak louder than your CV or what portfolio. In every role, choose integrity over shortcuts, respect over ego, and transparency over what silence. That's how tech professionals earn trust and sustain what long respected career. So these are the assessment objective question that is expected for you to take at the end of this workplace ethic and professionalism. Please do well to answer each of all those questions correctly and send your answer to Dive Africa email address. So choose the correct option. These are the first two questions. Then we have the what last three questions for the assessment objective question. Please do well to make sure you choose the right answer and send your answer to what Dive Africa email address. Thank you so much for listening and taking notes in the workplace ethic and professionalism. Wishing you best of luck, success in your career advancement. Thank you.